I'm reviewing the Transformers the movie. I give it an 8 out of 10. Of a score. Before Transformers The Last Night, I thought this was the worst Transformers movie. And I thought this was the worst it could get. But Transformers The Last Night proved me wrong. It can always get worse. From here on. Once Transformers The Last Night, and Transformers the movie, titled The Transformers the movie. That's a tie-in to the first 2 seasons of the show, and it kills off the main mascot of the franchise, Optimus Prime. And a bunch of other main characters of Autobots and Decepticons pretty gruesomely all, like, die just for shock value. And when I say shock value, I mean X-Men The Last Stand's shock value. Like, you know how X-Men The Last Stand wasted great characters like Professor X, Cyclops, and just when, you know, you think they were going somewhere with these characters, they kill them off? Well, they do that with Optimus Prime in the movie. And once Optimus Prime dies, about 24 minutes in the film, yep, he flatlines in 24 minutes in the film over getting slaughtered by Megatron because Hot Rod couldn't get in out of the way because he was wrestling with Megatron over a blaster that blasted Optimus Prime. Hot Rod takes it, Hot Rod realizes it's all his fault. As he says, asks Optimus to forgive him, so, and this cuts to Optimus, which cuts to Optimus' deathbed, and cuts to the main character dying on his deathbed, the main character that was the main character of the first 2 seasons of the franchise, in the Transformers show, that you think that this movie was going to mock it around, considering he's, you know, like, the main character of the first 2 seasons, and you think that they would have mocked it, or they would have used you would think that they would have known better not to kill Optimus Prime, and make Hot Rod the main leader of the film, of the franchise, going to 3rd and 4th season. Make him Rodimus Prime. Once he unlocks the power of the Matrix of leadership in the 3rd act of the movie, of Transformers the movie. After battling with Megatron, who gets upgraded into Galvatron in a new body, because his old body was so beat up and damaged in battle. And this little planet called, I forget what this planet was. This basically this planet that can transform into a transformer can transform into a planet. I forget what his name is called. Unicron, I believe. Unicron. So Unicron is a planet that is a transformer that transforms into a planet and devours planet. So basically, he's Galactus from Marvel Comics. I just realized that. That's cool. And that's the main threat, and Galvatron's the main, him and Galvatron's the main threat of the movie. And don't worry, Optimus Prime dies before he can take down any of them. Instead, we get Hot Rod to do all of that as he becomes Rodimus Prime and unlocks the power of the Matrix. And I'm just going to say, I think Hot Rod probably would have done Optimus Prime a favor if he just stayed out of the fight and let Optimus shoot the bastard, Megatron, and not even bother to try to help Optimus in the fight. Because, you know, I'm just saying, I just think Hot Rod was a fool to help Optimus Prime, which led to his death. So, is it weird I think Transformers Age of Extinction is better than this movie? As a Transformers fan of the show, I just think looking back on the show, I think, and looking back on this movie, I think Age of Extinction and Transformers Revenge of the Fallen and Transformers Dark of the Moon and the first 2007 Transformers movie are all better movies. All four of those. Can we disagree that the first four Transformers movie might have not been perfect, but were better than this piece of shit of a movie, okay? Just on story, can we disagree that the stories were at least better? The first four Michael Bay movies story was better than this Transformers movie where they killed Optimus Prime in first 24 minutes. And am I the one that, and also, I should have, you know, it's just, you know, he's not even, the voice cast of the guy that voices Optimus Prime's not even credited in the opening credits of the main movie, but at the end credits. Because it's like the, you know, the craze of the film not only hiding that he's going to get killed off brutally for no point, other than just to sell merchandise that Hot Rod merchandise when he becomes Rodimus Prime, that people are going to forget about that character, Rodimus Prime, and for good reason. Rodimus Prime is no Optimus Prime, he just sucks as a leader. I mean, you wouldn't know based off the footage, as you see in the first Transformers movie. You wouldn't know that he sucks as a leader. He's kind of a sucky downer as a leader until you watch Transformers. But then when you watch Transformers Season 3 and the first 2 episodes, I came to rewatch yesterday, and I realized how shitty of a leader he can have when he's a leader. He's just a miserable character to himself. He's all depressed that he's the leader now. He can't be Hot Rod anymore. So it's like makes you miss Optimus Prime, because at least he wasn't always such a downer. Like Hot Rod, you know, in the show. But, so yeah, Hot Rod, also known as Rodimus Prime, the best he gets is in the movie. Transformers the movie is the most interesting and cool he gets. It's all down the hill from once season 3 gets to season 3 of the episode of season 3 that I watched some season 3 earlier of season 3, and I realized Rodimus Prime is just not a good is not a good character. It's too of a downer of a character. Based off I've seen in the first episode and I watched 1 or 2 episodes with Rodimus Prime of season 3 yesterday, so and this probably wouldn't have happened if they killed off Optimus Prime season 3. Probably wouldn't have been as miserable to watch. Of a downer season. Season 3 comes across as a downer season. And not really lots of fun. From what I've seen of the first 2 episodes. And it's kind of miserable. It's fun. It's like good animation, stories, but something for some reason is very. It's like the Transformers movie, the animated movie. It feels like it's still in that. It feels like since Transformers the movie happened, where it's trying like so hard to be edgy and dark, just for the sake of it. Even though they really don't know what they're doing. They're just being edgy for the sake of it. It just feels like the Transformers movie problem the season 3 has of the Transformers the show. That comes after the Transformers the movie when Hot Rod, also known as Rodimus Prime, is the main leader of the Transformers. Of the Autobots. And the reason why I bring the series up is because the movie ends right where season 3 begins. I kid you not, it ends. You know how the movie ends on a certain point, a scene in the movie? Well, the show of season 3, I'll give them this credit. I kind of call it they're trying to keep a story, but I don't think they know what they're doing. Because I don't know why. I mean, it's a cool story what they're telling, but I don't know why, but I don't know where they're going. I don't know why Rodimus Prime is such a downer still in season 3, and why he's such a miserable leader when he's a character in leader form. And, Transformers the movie has a bunch of problems, but kick-ass soundtrack. Soundtrack's a solid 10 out of 10, I think. All the music in the soundtrack is rock and roll kick-ass of a soundtrack. Soundtrack's a lot better than the movie, I thought. Oh, and a bunch of Autobots that are main characters on the first 2 seasons and big main recurring characters on the first 2 seasons. And all get slaughtered brutally and punk rock and roll fashion while rock and roll is playing in the background while a bunch of Autobots are getting murdered brutally by the Decepticons in cold blood fashion. Main characters get cold-hearted, brutal, with little to no depth of death on their deathbed of action. So the only one that has purpose dying, or that doesn't feel like is the only one that has like the slot to the only one all the shock value this movie goes to killing off a bunch of Autobots, Decepticons, and main characters of the franchise brutally on screen even before they get little dialogue to saying or character arc or anything outside of dialogue. I mean, and then Optimus Prime, they're allowed to, the characters are allowed to mourn Optimus Prime, but they don't really seem to mourn every one of their other Autobots that got slaughtered the same day. I mean, you know, you got lots of main characters of Autobots that got murdered in this movie. And the other Autobots don't really give a fuck except for Optimus Prime. Makes sense to me. Was it no honor on Autobots? Or was it? What's wrong with this movie? I don't know. And it just makes me question everything and want to get high and drunk off my ass. Because I feel like I'm in crazy town when I watch this movie. But on the play side, it has great animation and great voice acting and a retarded, dense story as fuck. That's dumber than X-Men The Last Stand movie. That's worse than X-Men Last Stand writing. In fact, X-Men The Last Stand makes X-Men The Last Stand look like a fucking masterpiece of my dreams. Is what this movie makes X-Men The Last Stand. This movie makes X-Men The Last Stand and look like a masterpiece. I like X-Men The Last Stand more than this. Fuck yeah. Of a movie. I think X-Men The Last Stand, also known as X-Men 3, the third X-Men movie in the original trilogy that Bryan Singer did, was Hugh Jackman. I give X-Men The Last 3 more praise than I can give the first animated Transformers movie from 1986. I can praise that movie more than I can praise this first Transformer movie of a Transformers abomination. Because, man, the writing in this is so dumb. And it makes me question everything about reality and the human race. And if it's intelligent, or is it just everyone's just retarded on Earth? Transformers the movie gets an 8 out of 10 as a guilty pleasure. It is above average retarded writing. That's dense, makes no fucking sense, makes Shyamalan look competent. Which what he did was the Last Airbender cast of a movie. in the movie 2010's Last Airbender. Yes, I think 2010's The Last Airbender is a more competent story than the first Transformers movie from 1986. I will say that again. 2010 M. Night Shyamalan Last Airbender movie is a better movie story than the Transformers movie from 1986. I'm right. Now, I don't hate it as much as the 2010's Last Airbender movie versus the Transformers movie from 1986, titled The Transformers the Movie, where they killed off Optimus Prime. Now, I personally like the Transformers movie more than the Last Airbender movie from 2010 that M. Night Shyamalan whooped off his ass. Versus the Transformers movie from 1986 that the creators of the film whooped out their ass. So, the one I'm saying I like more is the Transformers movie. Even though I think Last Airbender movie is Last Airbender the movie from M. Night Shyamalan. The Last Airbender movie that M. Night Shyamalan did back in 2010 is a better story than the movie of Transformers from 1986, titled The Transformers the Movie. But I like the Transformers the movie more than the Last Airbender movie from 2010. I hate that movie from 2010. Enough to give it a 7 out of 10. The 2010 Last Airbender movie. It is an average score. That's what 7 out of 10 is for me. But I don't like any of my 7s out of 10. That I give a 7 out of 10. I really hate 7s out of 10 when I give those. Those are my negative when it gets more to the negative area. When it's so average of a movie. And that's why I give Transformers the movie as a guilty pleasure 8 out of 10 for above average score. It's as good as Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance and the first Ghost Rider movie with Nicolas Cage from 2007, I think. But I'll talk about those movies some other time. Or maybe I did already talk about it. I can't remember. I'm a little fried from talking about this movie, Transformers the movie, in this video. My brain is exhausted. Okay, that's my review on the Transformers the movie, why I give it 8 out of 10. Excuse me. That's my review on Transformers the movie. Why I give it 8 out of 10. And hit the thumbs up to like this video. Hit the thumbs up on my old videos. Hit my thumbs up on my old videos to like them when you check them out. And like this video also. Hit the subscribe button, please. By those who not know how to subscribe yet, just hit the bell first and hit the subscribe button second to get subscribed. And please subscribe to my content. Goodbye.